Andragogy refers to the adult learning theory and the understanding of the science and practice of adult learning. According to Malcolm Knowles, there are five assumptions about the characteristics of adult learning. The first assumption is self concept. Our learning preferences also grow as we mature. We shift from needing a dependent structure of learning to an independent, self directed learning. Adult learners like to take ownership of their learning. The second assumption is adult learning experience. We draw on our own prior knowledge as adult learners. We can utilize this prior knowledge and skills to obtain new skills and information. The third assumption is the readiness to learn. Generally, we are self directed learners, and our readiness to learn is influenced by what we are interested in. We learn best when we are presented topics that are aligned with our own goals, things that are relevant to us and our learning. The fourth assumption is orientation to learning. We want to apply the concepts we learn to our everyday lives. We prefer to learn topics that help us serve problems in the world and in the real world. The fifth assumption is motivation to learn. Our motivation to learn comes from our interests and our goals. There are several principles that need to be taken into consideration when creating and delivering professional development. Adult learners need to be involved in their learning process and the creation process of professional development. They need to take part in the journey. Allowing teachers to be a part of the creation process will create more buy in and engagement when it comes to learning. And also, it will allow the learners to learn things that are relevant to them. For the experience involved, past experiences can enrich the learning of the learner as they apply what they are learning to what they already know and are doing. Professional development topics generally should build on each other or be something the teachers are already doing in their classrooms that they can become better at. This way, they have the experience to pull from when they're receiving professional development. Relevance. Staff must have an understanding that you are presenting information that is relevant to them. If it is not relevant, it'll be a waste of the time for them and you. The PD needs to be focused on problem solving and not memorization of content. It should shift from what we are asking teachers to do in the classroom, which is not memorization. There are three best practices for creating and delivering effective professional development to adult learners. It needs to be relevant. Make it relevant to all learners in the room. It needs to be accessible. The learners need to feel like they're able to access the material, practice the material, and then deliver that same material potentially to their students. Make it continuous. PD should be building on itself and should not just be a one-time shot. It should continue on and on and on so that the learners can become better at the topic. We can fall into the trap of creating PD that we want, not what the audience wants. Understanding the audience and who they are can help eliminate any bias. Taking their background into consideration when creating PD will allow for more engagement from the staff as they are delivered the presentation.